Welcome back to the Wildlands Garden, and in today's episode we're back in January 2023 at the beginning of our food forest, and Missy explains to us exactly what swales and berms are and how you can use them to help your water management in your food forest or garden, especially useful in drought areas or areas where water is in short supply. So let's have a look at Missys Explanation, which is very straightforward and really does show you how swales and berms can work to your benefit in your food forest.
So here goes nothing. I hope this works. So this is the rainfall, high on the land. Oh, it's working, look at that. Well, how magic. So that's exactly what we hoped would happen. This is what's happening to our land at the moment. All the water is just pouring off, some soaking in a little bit, but we're losing a lot down the hill. And here, this was obviously the first one to fill up. The other two filled up from some of the runoff from elsewhere, and they're holding the water. Some of the water did escape over here, but you know, when you've got trees planted and bushes and so on, and it's life-size scale and not just teeny tiny, then you don't have this. What you can do is actually create a specific path where you want them to overflow if you get a sudden mad flash flood kind of event. And then it's like a controlled overflow either into another berm or into a drainage ditch. But that's exactly it, that's ideal. Look at that, what magic. So that was our first swale. It's full, it's holding the water and it is slowly soaking in. It'll soak down, but it's also soaking in here to the berm, and the trees and the plants will be happily slurping it up. Second swale and third swale. You can see here the soil of the berm soaking up the water. I would say that was a very successful experiment. It's been about 10 minutes since I poured the water, and I've just come back to get a closer look. And you can see the dry soil versus the wet soil here. It's soaking all in, doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And down here in this swale as well, you can see it soaking up. And finally down here, most of the water has gone out of this swale. It didn't fill up as much as the others, but the water has gone into the berm. For those of you that don't know, a swale is a shallow trench dug on the land's contour with a berm, which is a hill, made on the downhill side of the trench using the earth that you've dug out of the trench. And then you plant trees and other plants on the top of the berm. Then when water moves down the land, it's captured in the trench and slowly seeps in, some of it in the bottom, but most of it through the lovely loose soil of the berm. And swales are actually best considered as a temporary feature in a landscape, because as the trees that you've planted on the berm grow, their roots go deep. You plant deep-rooted plants such as comfrey and rhubarb and strawberries and so on, and their roots go in, they help hold the soil of the berm together, but they also channel that water down. Now, after however many years, when these trees have got their roots in properly, the swale's job is no longer needed to keep the water in place and to channel it down into the soil. The whole purpose of a swale is not just to have that little bit of water, it's to rehydrate the land, which is why we want to do it. Our soil is very good at holding on to water, so what we want to do is, once we've got our swales dug, we're actually going to use our well water next year to carry on the effect of rainfall. We're going to fill the swales and let that soak in, fill the swales and let that soak in. And then hopefully, over time, what they call a plume develops underneath the ground. You've got your soil here, and the water seeps in and makes a bit of a plume going down the hill. Then the next year it seeps a bit further because there's still some moisture in there. And the next year it seeps a bit further. It takes about 7 years for the maximum sort of plume rehydration to occur. And that then helps you to also create a bit of a microclimate down here.
So thanks to Missy for a very straightforward and simple explanation of what a swale and berm is and how it can help you manage your water in your food forest or your garden. So let's now take a look at the food forest on the day of the swales and berms being completed. and Digger Dave helping us with the digging along with our friends Paul and Mickey. So thanks very much to them again for helping us this time last year. Also very soon we'll have videos of the food forest a year on, so as we're a new channel, be especially grateful if you can subscribe to follow along and see how the food forest and the new market garden take shape in 2024. So as always, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you very soon with another episode from 2023 and also new episodes from 2024 coming very soon. Bye.